Are you going to say no to Kirsten Dunst?
Steve Guttenberg.
I can never say no to my favorite Toro.
Yeah.
I can never say no to her.
Oh, okay. So Kirsten Dunst, we thank you for getting Mikyla on Tower of Terror. Okay.
Thanks, Captain.
Well, we appreciate you.
Sup, Park Peeps? I'm Demi from Magical Hijinx.
And I'm entertainment journalist Joey Nolfi, strapping in for the Park Peeps Podcast, the ultimate theme park show where unhinged passion, travel expertise, and coaster nerd chaos collide.
And this week we are ranking the Disney movies based off of attractions with our guest, Make That Magic. So buckle up and pull up on that yellow strap as we dispatch for Season 2 of the Park Peeps Podcast. And action!
Awaken the spirits with your tambourine.
Cut. Joey, you came in way too early with the tambourine. You completely cut off Madame Leota's line.
Madame Leota, my sincerest apologies, my diva, but the ghost host snatched it right out of my hands.
How did they film 2 movies and a Muppets TV special here with all of these antics? We are 13 weeks behind schedule, spirits. No, Hitchhiking Ghost, you can't follow those people home. Your big action stunt is in the next scene. Come back!
Well, as director Demi, another new character in the canon of Demi characters, chases after them, please make sure you rate our podcast with the maximum rating possible on your podcast app of choice, and make sure you are following us at Magical Hijinx. You know that's Hijinx, at Joey Nolfi, sounds like Nolfi, and Park Peeps Pod on all socials. Oh, did you get them, Demi?
No, and they were laughing at me all the way to Casey's corner. That's lunch, everyone. Thank you.
Well, since we're on break filming our $20 million action-packed version of The Haunted Mansion, I think it would be a great idea to rank all of the films based on Disney park attractions.
Me too. And to help us rank these movies, we called in the expert, where movies meets park. You know her from her hilarious media commentary on TikTok, Instagram, and everywhere. Please welcome to the pod, Make That Magic!
Well. Look what the queen drove in, okay? I am so excited to be here.
Oh my God, I thought we were in trouble at first with the well. I was like, what, Demi, what did I do in the last 10 seconds?
And it's a long overdue appearance on this podcast.
Sure
My girl and I have been friends for so long at this point, but we are finally doing it. I am so glad to have you on in an episode where I think is perfect for your expertise.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm excited to hear the things that I know and what I don't know. Because sometimes when I learn things, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. So now I can go and research it. So even the things that I'm going to be ignorant about that I just don't know about, that's exciting to me too. So I'm not one of those guests that's like, yes, I'm familiar with everything. No, some stuff I don't know. I'm like, girl, I've never heard that in my life. And to me, that's more exciting.
And I'm here for it. And I know whatever, even if you've never heard of it, you will give your opinion for sure.
Yes,
and I can't wait
excited.
For it.
Sometimes.
And thank you for having me as well. I'm super excited to be here.
I'm so happy you're on.
Yeah, we're honored. I am honored because I've known you now for about 20 minutes approximately on the clock. And you have been absolutely wonderful. We were having a nice little conversation off, and you were already giving me life advice and professional advice. And I was like, okay. And then we got to the well in the intro, and I was like, oh my God, we've been bamboozled. But it is all good, and I am so excited that you're here. We have quite a feat ahead of us today, but before we get into that, I would like to know, do you have anything that's going on, anything coming up on your socials, just in general, that you want people to be on the lookout for? Anything recently that you're particularly proud of that you want to plug?
Yes. So coming up next month, I'm going to be one of the headliners at the Sterling Festival, which is Twilight Zone's festival in Binghamton, New York. So that's going to be crazy. They're going to Make That Magic live. That's all I have going on the docket right now. And other things are in NDA. Okay.
On the docket. Oh my gosh. Demi, that's taking us back to the Figment Court episode. Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord.
We put Figment on trial, Mikyla. We did. We put him on trial. Yes. And
I want that baby to get tested.
What? what?
I want Figment to get tested. I really do think that Figment is one of those kids that has like telekinesis or something that is aligned with Matilda. I want that baby to get tested, and I think that the people who were like fanatics about him, I want them tested as well for the same thing.
Well, wait a minute.
That's you.
Wait. Okay, first of all, first question. Yes, this is me. I have now brought up on 6 consecutive episodes how I'm a Figment parent, and I actually was going to put on, I should have switched into I have my new Figment shirt right here in this bag. I should have switched into that. But what are we being tested for, Mikyla? Can you please?
I'm telling you, the kids that like Figment are the kids that were like Matilda. Y'all read, and then stuff just started disappearing. People start dying. Cars flipping over at it. I want y'all tested.
Not
immediately.
I
can't breathe.
Because y'all are the kind of weird that I love but a little afraid of.
Not wrong.
Le petit fear.
Listen, I say the woman is too stunned to speak in comedic terms often, but now the woman is too stunned to speak. I don't know. I don't have to be. I will go down to the imagination clinic and I will get tested. Yes, the clinic. And
y'all got telekinesis.
Yes.
Hey. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Is this the pitch for the Figment movie that needs to
happen? Yeah.
Yes.
I have been trying to track down updates on for my job at EW. I have been trying to track down updates on the Figment movie that apparently is coming, and also the next Twilight Zone Tower of Terror movie with Scarlett Johansson and Taika Waititi that is apparently coming. So everybody should go check out our coverage at EW.com because we do have some updates on I just let out a little burp there. That was Figment trying to get out. But yes, so we will be looking into all of those things as well. But Mikyla, what do you want to say?
Twilight Zone Tower of Terror movie?
Yes, with Scarlett Johansson and Taika Waititi.
Wow, so something very much up your alley. Because if you don't know, Mikyla covers lots of Twilight Zone stuff on her pages. It's very good.
Yeah, that's one of my niches, so I need to go on your website and read about that like ASAP.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Yes, it is. We have some updates that people should definitely check out. Now, what we are doing, though, is not looking into the future with this. We are looking into the annals of Disney cinema past, which... This episode is so important to us. We are all pop culture nerds, all pop culture fanatics, and this is really a long time coming.
And Disney Parks fans.
And Disney Parks fans on top of it all. So we are today going to, in smackdown fashion, which I love saying that word, we are going to come up with the definitive list of the top 5 Disney movies based on Disney attractions. So this is just to clarify for all of our listeners, this is not attractions based on Disney movies, because that would essentially be everything. These are only movies based on attractions, which is only a handful. I mean, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's only 12 here. And
5 of them are one
And 5 of them are from one franchise. Yeah. So, but we do want to bring up one, which there was slight debate about prior to this episode. And now I am not stupid, y'all. I know that we can't go through an episode talking about media without talking about Demi's beloved Muppets.
You know what? We talk about Figment way more, so I don't want to hear about it.
Oh, no, I'm not complaining. I'm saying I can't. I said I'm not dumb. I am not going through an episode without talking about Muppets if we're talking about media.
Joey, if we can talk about Purple Matilda, we can talk about her Muppets.
Purple Matilda. A Figment in a wig. Oh, my God. Wigment.
Wigment?
Yes.
Make it.
Wigment. Oh, I would love that. Wigment. That's who he is when he's Matilda. He's Wigment. I love him so much. Derailed by Figment once again. Go ahead, Demi.
When we were coming up with the list of everything, at the end of it, I looked at it and I said, "Wait, Joey, Muppets Haunted Mansion isn't on here." And Joey said, "Well, Demi, that's not a movie. It's a TV special made for Disney Plus." And I said,
"Which it is."
Which I did look up, and it is technically that. I personally would have loved to have thrown this in here, but because Joey is correct, it is technically a TV special, not a movie. It's a 50-minute TV special. Mm-hmm. We are not going to be ranking it within the top 5 ranking here. But I would like to just say, as we will be talking about some other maybe adaptations of the Haunted Mansion, I as a huge Muppet fan, not like a special I return to very often, but I did take a little jot down over there just to get a little refresher, even though we're not really talking about it here. And I will say the one thing that movie or TV special has over of the other ones that we'll be talking about is how much of the actual queue and like the ride itself is in that special. It's basically like they legit 100% go through each part of the ride itself, which I think as a huge fan of the Haunted Mansion is very fun for me to see all that stuff. But so the movie adaptations that we'll be talking about, very, very different. But if we were talking about like what is the closest adaptation to the ride, I would have to say Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Not wrong. You're not wrong. I think it's a lovely special. I really do love it. Me not including it on this list is not in any way a slight against it, but I do. It unfortunately is a TV/streaming special. So as we can sing its praises. Mikyla, you like it a lot. Do you like that?
I briefly watched it, but I don't think I watched it enough for me to really have feedback. It was
I haven't seen it.
Listen, it's not
it watched me wash dishes. That's what I'm gonna say.
It took me a few times to actually watch it.
Yeah.
It's as like someone who loves the Muppets and loves when the Muppets do things like things like Christmas Carol and Treasure Island, which I think is their biggest strengths when they do parody or do their own version, not parody, but do their own version of those stories. It just wasn't as strong as those.
Yeah.
So, it's one that I just don't return to. And it was one of the reasons why I lost Muppets trivia on the Disney Destiny. Because I don't remember. It's not one that really sticks in my brain as much. So I didn't remember why Gonzo was sad in this, and I was like, oh no.
I am now going to be using that forever now, though. When I didn't watch something, I briefly watched it, meaning my eyes connected with the screen for a brief moment.
Briefly.
It watched me.
It was perfect. I love that.
So why don't we go over the list of movies that are included in this discussion?
Demi, would you do us the honor of reading through the list of all of the Disney movies that are based on attractions before we get to our SmackDown ranking?
Tower of Terror, 1997, based on the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios. Mission to Mars from the year 2000, based on Mission to Mars at Disneyland, which closed in 1992.
1920?
And Magic Kingdom in 1993. The Country Bears from 2002, based on the Country Bear Jamboree at Disneyland, which closed in 2001, but is still in Magic Kingdom, just revamped and reopened in 2024. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl from 2003, based off the Pirates of the Caribbean rides. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest in 2006. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, 2007. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, 2011. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, 2017. Haunted Mansion, 2003, based on Haunted Mansion rides at both parks. Tomorrowland from 2015, inspired by the Tomorrowland section at the Disney parks. Jungle Cruise from 2021, based on the Jungle Cruise rides. And once again, Haunted Mansion, but from 2023, based on Haunted Mansion.
Yay, Debbie, you did it. Woo!
Oh my gosh, there were so many Pirates movies.
Yes.
There's a lot. Yeah.
There is a lot. There sure is. And you know what? Some of them might be worth more breath than others.
Some of them I may start giving you
knocking them out
over.
Knocking them out. Now, I do have to say to our dear listeners, we are going through some audio issues on my end at the moment. There was a dog barking out the window, so if you hear that, it's my neighbors. Blame them and curse them. Curse them with the Black Pearl. But I don't know how long this is going to last, but bear with us if you hear the dog. So, are there any that stick out now to both of you that we should probably strike? Because we're going to do this in SmackDown style. We're going to have to eliminate some and build our list of top 5. So before we get to the debate section, I think there's some that we can probably all agree to cross off this list. And I'm going to say the first one is probably Country Bears, right?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say Pirates 5 and 4.
We're fighting already? Oh my god, the look on Mikyla's face is like.
Well, if I could just say this.
Sure.
Pirates of the Caribbean, the trilogy,
Okay.
like it's set up right now as like a trilogy and then 2 more movies. And I feel like we could totally discuss the trilogy within this ranking, but I feel like the other 2, while they're not like bad, they're just completely like they're not as needed. They're just extra.
Right.
And I feel like those can definitely be the first 2 to be like, all right, we don't have to really discuss them.
I agree, actually, on that
Okay.
front. Does Mikyla not agree?
Here's the thing. My eye immediately went to Country Bears and said, girl, why are you here?
Exactly.
Well, okay,
So-
yes. I understand because it's not maybe the best movie, but I would say at least like it is at least more it's original to an attraction versus the 4th and 5th Pirates. I feel like are just additions on to the Pirates franchise in general.
I hear you there, but I think but Mikyla, before I make this next statement that I'm about to make, Mikyla, do you fully agree that Pirates 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 we should cut?
That we
Just
should cut all of them?
No. Pirates 4 and 5. So On Stranger Tides and Dead Men Tell No Tales.
I was just looking at them and just like remembering them.
Uh-huh.
I do agree that 4 and 5 are the weaker of the links.
Same.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so we should just cut those right now.
Yes.
Those are our first cuts. Yay!
Okay.
Okay,
Those
so
are the
we
first cuts.
On Stranger Tides and Dead Men Tell No Tales, unfortunately, you have sunk to Davy Jones. You are now at the bottom of the sea, so they have been eliminated.
And then after that, I will agree if we all feel the need to agree on Country
Yes.
Bears. It's not like it's going to be in my top 5
No.
in general. It's definitely one of those. They tried something new movies.
They tried. That's what we're gonna. Yeah, they tried.
Here's the question that I have.
Yeah.
Can we also judge, or I'm going to do it. Maybe I don't need to ask this. Can we also judge the ride in addition to the movie?
No.
Okay.
No, because I feel like we're gonna run into Country Bears.
Okay.
Like
So
country-
I'm going to just keep movie in mind, but I'm
Yes.
going to say this.
Oh yeah, say what you want about the ride. Say what you want about the ride for sure. But we
Okay.
can't take that into consideration.
For the
Right.
ranking.
We are going to remove it based on the movie alone. But based on the ride, I don't even feel comfortable going on the ride. So when I watched the movie, I was like, I feel the same way I felt on the ride. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's immediately why my eye went to that. But I do agree, if we were going to cut one first, it would be 4 and 5 for Pirates, and then that would be next. Because if, as far as influence is concerned, Country
None.
Bears has some influence.
Yeah.
Pirates did 4 and 5 didn't.
Yeah.
So I
It
got to
def-
give you that. Yeah.
It definitely had influence of what not to keep doing it. Like
Correct.
not to keep on this road, and if we do, we have to pivot.
Correct.
But yeah, I mean,
But there's
it's
rumors
it's
that-
unfortunate because they tried a thing, and I think what the plan was originally too was it's an original attraction, and if they gave it a story, they would be able to give reason to keeping it open if like the lore spread out more and people had more of a connection to it. I mean, obviously they closed over in Disneyland, and it felt like it could have been a tragic loss in Disney World, but they revamped it. For me, I was never a fan of the attraction prior, or I still actually haven't even seen it in person since the revamp because I just kind of don't care. I'm a huge fan of like keeping originals, but for some reason this one also never had that kind of clutch on to me. And the movie I remember vividly watching and just not getting into.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's take it off.
I don't think much of anybody got into this movie, so unfortunately, Country Bears from 2002, you are eliminated as well. I will say, however, Demi, You know I am on my... And Mikyla, this might make you also want to eliminate me from the list. I'm not sure what your taste is on Broadway adjacent things, but
He's a Broadway fan.
Well, okay. Well, I am very much on the anti-theatrical experience in theme parks train. I do not like a parade. I do not like a theater show. However, I do enjoy the revamped Country Bears. I thought it was delightful. So yes, so I will say that. And listen, we can. I think it's fair for all of us to give our opinions on the attractions themselves. We just can't.
Yeah, we can't put it into consideration.
We can't take it into consideration. Right.
Yeah. Now that I understand, I have to separate church and state in that way.
Church and state.
I will understand. So okay, so then we have the 2 pirates are out, 4 and 5 out.
And Country Bears gone.
And I am going to throw in one more to toss out, as I just watched it today for the very first time.
Come on, Demi.
Yeah.
Mission to Mars from 2000.
Thank you.
Yep.
And here's the thing. The movie itself wasn't like bad, but it has zero to do with the attraction. There is not one thing other than the name and the fact that it's made by Disney that it has nothing to do with the original Mission to Mars attraction, which I obviously never got to experience because it closed before I was born, but I did my plenty of research to be like, okay, here's everything about the ride. And then I watched the movie and I'm just like, I don't think any of this, and I'm looking up, I'm like, yeah, none of this has to do with anything. The movie, like, it's a stacked cast: Don Cheadle, Tim Robbins, Gary Sinise, what's his face from Forrest Gump? Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant
Dan. Like a stacked cast, but ultimately it's just like, it doesn't feel like how the other movies have this connection to an attraction. This is just, it feels like a standalone sci-fi movie.
It did have, I mean, it's to your point here. It went through a very crazy development cycle, and that's what I don't get. When a lot of the times in Hollywood, you'll hear that movies went through this crazy development cycle, and there was like a director falling out, and they didn't want to do this and didn't want to do that. And I'm like, that should be your first like indication that this isn't going well. Let's maybe not make this. But apparently Gore Verbinski, who did end up directing Pirates of the Caribbean: Curse of the Black Pearl, was originally supposed to direct this, and then at the last second walked away. And Brian De Palma, who is I always hesitate to say this these days because I never remember who has allegations and who doesn't, but he is one of... He has wonderful films. I mean, some of my favorite films are Brian De Palma films. I cannot recall if he's problematic or not right now, but so he did step in and direct this. So, legendary director, good cast. You're right. It doesn't really have any connection to the attraction itself. They just kind of are using the brand name.
I solely say I agree with that because do you know how bad writing has to be for Don Cheadle to not give you a great movie? Like, it has to be bad writing for you to go, oh, Don Cheadle, good Lord. What's new?
It wasn't bad. Like, it was watchable, not very memorable.
Yeah.
And has nothing to do with what we're kind of talking about. I think if we are, even in this list where we're talking about like a made-for-television movie coming up, I still pick that over this based off entertainment value.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And its connection to the attraction, which we'll get into. Yes. So I think we are gonna toss that off, and now we are left with how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh gosh, we still got a lot.
We have 8.
I would like to nominate one more knockoff.
Okay, I think we're thinking of the same one, Demi. Let's say it on the count of 3. Too. Okay, wait, Mikyla, you count us down and we'll say it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah. Okay, Tomorrowland, you're done. Because Tomorrowland, I will say this. I do appreciate that they tried to do something using inspiration from a land and trying to expand on the lore of actually, does it really extend into the lore of the land itself? Not really.
Not really.
It's an interesting concept. I think they shot for the moon and they did not land among the stars, but perhaps landed on the abandoned people mover track at Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California, which is to say there was not a lot going on here. I do have to say, but I like that they did incorporate some actual theme park ride elements into this. I remember like when they're going down in the little boat and it goes down a chute, and I'm like, okay, you're leaning into the parks element of it. Visually, I think this movie is somewhat interesting. I don't think it's like a flat adaptation. It does make me think. I know it doesn't qualify for this, but Fantastic Four from last year did also have a lot of inspiration from Tomorrowland in it. So there is a case to be made where maybe we could have considered that one because it draws so aesthetically from Tomorrowland, but it's not based on, the story.
A decent movie as well, I will say, even if we did throw this into the pot, like they did a decent job with the movie.
Yeah.
Not one of the most memorable in terms of villain and, big fight scene at the end. I think more of just aesthetic. So even if that was on here, I would also not include that in my top 5. So,
Mikyla, how do you feel about Tomorrowland? Like, did you like it? Did you strongly dislike it?
Again, the ones that we're cutting out are the ones that I either didn't watch them or they watched me clean dishes.
Right.
Tomorrowland, I remember, came out the year that I graduated from college. And I remember being like, the only Tomorrowland I would like to see is one where I don't have student loans. So please leave me alone. Unless y'all are talking about getting rid of these student loans or giving me a job right out that pays 50, 60 grand.
Right.
I don't want to see anything about Tomorrowland because you haven't given me anything from Yesterdayville.
Exactly.
So I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
What I will say is that these were the 2015s. That was when we were starting to get the live actions. That was like when we were in the thick of it.
Yeah.
I feel like at that point, it was either they were starting to be produced or they were already starting to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this was kind of them leaning into that and trying to connect it with the park. At the end of the day, the girl that wins on this list, and I'm not going to say it, but the girl that wins on this list didn't try. And that's why she was good. She was not trying to make fetch happen. Yeah. And if y'all are too young to know what make fetch happen means,
don't make me perish.
Don't listen to this. You don't need to listen no more. You can hang up.
You can still listen.
No, you can still listen, please.
Still listen. I'm kidding.
Don't
rate us. Follow us all. Rate us maximum rating.
We love you. We love you, young people.
It is a time. Okay, it's Mean Girls, kids. If y'all didn't know that, but I think that there is a certain amount of trying that Tomorrowland did that made it not. It didn't make it interesting to me.
It was over eager. I think it was over eager to do what it wanted to do, and it wasn't quite there in the end. The vision wasn't quite there. However, I think of any of these, it does, versus just a simple reference here and there, this one does actually draw very heavily on concepts or ideas that actually did. It's well documented. I mean, Epcot in particular. I mean, the early phase of Epcot. This very much drew inspiration from that. So I do appreciate that it actually did lean into not only the name of the film directly leans into the Tomorrowland we all know and love, but aesthetically, conceptually, it did really lean into some of Walt's plans. So
I wish that they could redo it. I want them to. I would love for them to redo it. I think now where we are in parks world and seeing how much people love parks, if we redid it, I think it would be a huge hit. So Disney, if you're listening, there you go. Well, we won't let you down in the theaters.
No. And actually, fun fact, one of my former colleagues, Jeff Jensen, actually did the story for this. He wrote for Entertainment Weekly until 2017. So, well, not me at the end of us being like, this one is eliminated from our list, being like, shout out to my former colleague. Shout out, Jeff.
Shout out to the writers.
Yes, shout out, Jeff. Shout out, Jeff. Okay. Tomorrowland, you are stricken. So, hear me out. I think my personal pick for the next one to eliminate is I'm going to vote to eliminate both of the other Pirates movies.
No.
I think
Okay.
Mikyla. I think Mikyla agrees. I think Mikyla agrees.
Okay, wait, but let's hear Demi out.
Yes, let's hear Demi. Demi,
I'm
present
fine.
your case.
I'm fine getting rid of At World's End. I know that that's kind of crazy because it's the end of the trilogy.
Yeah.
But if I may, Dead Man's Chest is phenomenal and hilarious. That is where we get I've got a jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside it? We also get like it's just the return of
I
our
say that all the time.
I do. Most people, girl, please. That is such a famous line. I implore you. It is. It really is.
Is it, Demi? Even Mikyla's laughing. Like, come on.
I had to giggle at that because that was actually there are not many quotables from that to me, but a lot of people do love At World's End.
It's such a memeable part of the movie. I think honestly, when I was like going through my own list and rewatching these movies because I love them, I was like, is that one better? It might be better. I will concede. If you both just if we want to,
we got to get rid of one of them.
I think we need to get rid of At World's End.
I agree.
Okay.
Thank
you.
I will bow to that one. Yes.
And this is why I'm going to say it.
Okay.
At World's End came out in 2007. Dead Man's Chest came out in 2006, but the first one came out in 2003. You can see the gap between the first and the second, but you can also see the lack of gap between that second and that third.
The lack of gap.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going to vote to keep the first two and then side with Demi on like maybe we should get rid of At World's End.
Yes.
But keep those first two just for now.
I agree.
The tides may change.
Are they Stranger Tides?
Wait, what's that from? What's that?
That's
Stranger Tides.
That's the fourth Pirates movie.
Mikyla has
you see how I don't even know what that is?
I know. Yeah, that was one Penelope Cruz.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? Just kidding. I take this all back. On Stranger Tides is the best one because it has Penelope Cruz in it. So that is the best one.
Screaming.
No. Okay.
We're down to we have one more.
Okay. Now I want you all to hear me out here.
Okay.
Now I think because here's where we're going to start to get a little
where
bit.
Where are we going?
You about to piss me off?
I think so. I think so. I feel it too. Me and Mikyla are ready. We're like, what is that? What's coming, Demi?
For me, where I can go either way here. For me, I would have to say either the new Haunted Mansion or the
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Can I explain why? Can I just explain my thought process here?
Yes.
Listen,
I
tell
love
us the opinion that you're entitled to. That's also wrong.
That's fine. That's fine. Here's the deal. I love these attractions so much, especially Haunted Mansion. The thing with the Jungle Cruise movie for me was that there was zero chemistry between Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt.
Oh, I don't agree.
Zero. I thought I was bored out of my mind during that movie for all of their scenes together. I think the concept of the movie was great.
Yeah.
And I think that with maybe a different lead, and I say that as we are literally smacketh downing this list as The Rock coined. I'm sorry, Mr. Rock, sir.
Mr. Rock.
I believe he does. I've seen him do great performances. This for me was not it. And I think that the other choices on this list has better performances overall. And that's why I would say I'm okay to get rid of the Jungle Cruise. And then the only reason why I said the new Haunted Mansion was because there are two versions on this list. And I favor Eddie Murphy.
Well,
and I also don't like Jared Leto. I said it, okay? I said it. I don't like Jared Leto. I hate him. I don't want him to be in my movies anymore. And I also hate the fact that we are using this movie as a way to put Hatbox Ghost in the attraction because of this movie when it doesn't make any sense before Madame Leota in Disney World. It bothers me. And for that reason alone, I have personal hate against this movie.
Well, yes, Mikyla, I do believe you and I are perhaps we are in shared shock over this.
Yeah.
Because I actually I will Haunted Mansion 2023 is very high on my list.
Yeah.
I
Same.
think, and we can talk more in depth when we get to, I think, because we are not allowing that to be eliminated at this point.
Fine.
We're gonna get rid
Fine.
of Jungle Cruise.
There's like something in me that doesn't want to do that, but I actually think it's
That's
necessary.
something in you needs to go see therapy.
Yeah,
Because
well-
there's no way we are keeping Jungle Cruise on this list with the top 5 that we have left.
Agree.
Okay.
No.
All right. I will
don't belong up there.
I will give you that one. I do think that I have to say, I have to stick up for this movie. I think that this movie is super enjoyable. I actually did think that Emily Blunt and Dwayne Johnson had really great chemistry, both on and off camera. Like, I mean, I sat and watched in the audience a Toronto International Film Festival talk that they did with each other, and they were lighting up the whole room. Like, I mean, they were hilarious together, and I think that they formed a really good friendship, and I thought it read well on screen, and I did think that the writing of Jungle Cruise was a little odd. Like, I mean, the whole magical tree thing, I'm just like, whatever. At that point, it just becomes like an amorphous thing. It's like, okay, we just get to this one goal, and then we get there, and there's problems and whatever. That I had to separate. But I thought the performances were great. I thought the writing was kind of clever at points, and I liked that it wasn't just okay, we're doing a paint by numbers, giving fan service references to the ride. Like, there were references to the ride here and there, but it was kind of a fun thing on its own. And I think it embodied the campy, silly, funny spirit of the attraction.
I didn't say it was bad. I'm just saying, out of everything that we're looking at right now, it's not on my top 5. Yeah. And I think, and I say they didn't have chemistry. I think Emily Blunt, I haven't seen a bad performance by Emily Blunt. And I think she was doing her best. I just think that, listen, The Rock acts like The Rock.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I love The Rock. I think Dwayne Johnson has hit or miss things, because The Rock in wrestling is some of the best performances you'll ever see in your life. Yeah. But it just didn't translate for this movie for me. And again, like, he did Smashing Machine. He was good in that. Like, he's great in the jungle, Jumanji movies. I think it was just it was just a miss for him for this movie. Okay. And out of everything else that we're looking at, it's just not going to be on the list for me.
Okay. And Joey was making fun of Tooth Fairy, but Tooth Fairy is tea.
Oh, I did. Oh no, I
We're not going to act like Dwayne did not give a great performance on Tooth Fairy. I believe that he was a good dad.
Yes.
Or the game plan. Game plan. He was great in Game Plan. I truly think that Dwayne Johnson is a good actor. It just didn't hit for this movie.
It's not for this though. Yeah.
No.
Is this the one that Kevin Hart was also in, or is that
no, that's Jumanji?
No, that's
what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I enjoy those movies. Like, say what you want. Like, I think they're fun. Like, whatever.
Yeah. I do like Jungle Cruise, but okay, she is stricken. She has gone over Schweitzer Falls. She has gone over.
So we are now at the top 5.
We are now officially at the top 5. So,
and I am fine if you guys feel the need, because I also understand that it's a franchise. I am fine putting Dead Man's Chest as number 5.
That would be my vote for number 5.
Okay. Y'all are actually going to laugh at what I think number 5 should be.
Oh, because I honestly want it higher. Trust me.
Okay, because I actually put the first 2 a little bit higher up.
Okay.
I think if we're going to put, because we have 2 movies that have 2 different franchises, or 2 franchises that have 2 different movies, if we're going to put anything at 5, I'm going to put it at Haunted Mansion at 5. The 2023.
Yes.
I'm going to put it at 5.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, let me tell you why. I think there was room for improvement. And that's why it's at the bottom. I think there are certain things that felt a little forced. I think there are certain scenes that connected with the ride where I said, girl, the only reason I know about this is because I'm a major nerd. It wasn't an Easter egg. It was an Easter meal. Like, you fed it to us like, this is, like, girl, the Donald chair, the candle, like, so I think that's why I'm going to put her at 5, because it was just a little bit too forced I got to put her at 5. There was room for growth, and I think that some of the timing felt a little off.
I think just in general, I'm really tired of, and I said it before, I'm tired of having Jared Leto in my movies.
Yeah.
I think we have to come to the, like, if we are like keeping people to a high standard that we should be allowed to work in this industry, the fact that he is still working is, and that, you know, I just think that it's a weird choice, and that dampens the movie for me. And, you know, and I know that's a really hard thing to say, and people are like, well, can you separate the artist from the art? And, you know, it's a weird, but Joey, I understand that you have a different perspective and you think this movie should rank higher, and I would love to hear how you feel about that.
Yeah, this movie is actually on my overall list. It's my number 2. I think that this movie, it really moved me, actually. I think that Haunted Mansion, obviously, I have to admit I'm biased because I love the Haunted Mansion as an attraction, but I did appreciate the Easter meal, but I do think that the movie did earn the things. I don't think they felt just plopped in to me. I do think that they felt earned, and I really think that the story of this one felt emotional in the ways that the other ones didn't. I think that this guy, Lakeith Stanfield, I really liked his performance. This man who has sort of lost his faith in a lot of ways, because you can read that, even though it is about the supernatural and paranormal, which is very much not how I think a lot of people digest religious media. You could also read it as a would allegory be the right word for, like, a
and like an allegory for spirituality.
Religion. Losing your faith in God or a higher power, and then it comes back to you through experiences and other people. So I did like that interplay where this man loses his faith in humanity, and it's brought back to him through an exploration of the paranormal and things that aren't human, and it opens up your belief system to accept that there are things beyond your control that can influence your life on Earth. And the movie made me cry. I mean, it really did. And I thought it was really great. I thought the cinematography was really interesting. They look like fisheye lenses that they're using, and the weird soft focus around the outer edges. It just, I thought it was just aesthetically a brilliant film. But
the reason that I kept it in the top 5 are the reasons that you just listed.
Correct.
Like that, I put it at the bottom because of things that were around it and things that I just felt like were not. It was just too much for me.
Yeah.
But seeing a Black man be vulnerable in that way on the big screen, I think was really, really important. I also think his aesthetic, he was not a clean cut, like, somebody who looks like they have it all together. You saw his struggles. You understood where he was coming from as a character. And I love the way that they kind of tied that into him he was his own villain.
Yeah.
Like, I love the way that they did that. So I do think that's why I fought to have it in the top 5, but I got to side with Demi on everything else that she said as well.
I mean, I just don't like the fact, I mean, I know we're not supposed to talk about the ride in consideration with the movie, but I'm just annoyed that, like, we're using that as the excuse of this brand new movie. That's the excuse that Hatbox gets to be before Madame Leota in the ride that was there before the movie.
I don't think that anybody's using. I don't.
Yes,
think
that's the reason they're giving. The reason that Hatbox Ghost can be before Madame Leota in Disney World is because in this Haunted Mansion movie, Hatbox Ghost is not a regular spirit. He is a different entity, and that just feels like something, because we had to put him here if we wanted to have him here. We're giving a reason, and I don't
said that.
That's what everyone says is the reason. I mean,
I don't think that's I think that they maybe are just thinking. I don't know what the timelines exactly were for this, but because that version of the Hatbox Ghost is definitely not the Jared Leto version, and it definitely does not, like, there's no mixing of the material here. Like, it's not like they're lifting that from the film. So I think that, I don't know if Disney has ever actually come out and been like, this is the exact reason, it's because of the 2023 Haunted Mansion film that the Hatbox Ghost is here. I think that they were working on this for a very long time, and just had decided that that's where he was going to go. Maybe they reverse engineered it in some ways, if there is some sort of thing out there where they're just kind of like, oh yeah, well, in the movie it's, but I don't think that's official.
I mean, maybe. I mean, it's just what I have always been told and what people say online. I mean, again, that you're right. You're absolutely right. I could just be hearing flack, but
Yeah.
Disney has never confirmed as to why he is there before Madame Leota, because she conjures the spirits.
Yeah, she conjures the spirits. I always thought that too. I agree with you. I think that it's a crazy place to put him. I because he's in the proper place in Disneyland.
Right.
But
Yeah.
at Magic Kingdom he's not. So yeah, but it's not. I don't think it's connected to the film. But still a crazy choice. But also a crazy choice is this being at
If you
number
go
5.
to the Haunted Mansion, I mean, again, this isn't direct from Disney, but hauntedmansionfandom.com. It says that that is the reason. So
I mean, I highly doubt that that's the reason. I don't think Disney would
I don't know. I would love for
that.
Disney to weigh in on why then.
I agree. Oh, I would love that. I would love to know
I'm
why.
gonna tell you what Disney's gonna say. They're
Yeah,
gonna
what are
say,
they gonna
"Girl, we did not have the square footage."
Yeah,
so
I
put
mean-
him.
Exactly.
I know. Listen, I said it.
They're gonna be like, "Girl, we didn't have square footage to put him after, so we just put him up there in beginning because it's where she had a plug and there was a lighting area that we could." That's what they're gonna say. I'm telling you.
That's where I could charge my phone. Exactly.
We all wish that everything was so intentional and that everything
Mhm.
was like them trying to implement magic. A lot of it is practicability. A
Right.
lot of it is them
Oh, right.
being like, where is the power source?
Agree.
Like,
No,
Agree.
I'm fine. And honestly, that's the thing. Like, I would love for them to just say that, and I know they won't
Yeah.
because they want to keep the
The
illusions
magic.
and the magic.
of the magic.
But as a person
Yeah.
who works in production and loves the storytelling of the Haunted Mansion in particular, whatever.
Yeah.
But let's move on to our next
Not number
movie.
5 as the Haunted Mansion. Okay, so
Sorry,
officially our top 5. 2 of mine have been crossed off my personal list. Number 2 and number 3, which was Haunted Mansion 2023 and Jungle Cruise. Number 5 on our official top 5 list of the best films based on Disney attractions is Haunted Mansion 2023, directed by the wonderful Justin Simeon. Okay, so
Love Justin.
I do too. So number 4. Oh, okay. I can't, since you all did that to me, we have to, I cannot let the Pirates movie go any higher. I cannot.
You can't do this out of spite.
All right,
Well,
can
it's
I-
not
can
out of
I-
spite because
Yes,
I
it is.
truly do not
It's out of
believe.
spite.
All right,
it
let me
really
explain something.
isn't. It
Let me
really
explain
isn't.
something. I absolutely love the Tower of Terror movie. But if we are being for real here,
Go ahead.
do you think that Tower of Terror from 1997, the TV movie, is better than the incredible
That
production?
Haunted Mansion 2023? No.
I didn't say that. I'm saying Pirates of the
I know.
Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest.
In terms of pure enjoyment, yes, but I always say this with people when I'm telling people my favorite movies list and then best movies list. It's hard to sometimes pick apart the two, but
Trust me, I get that.
oh,
And honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I mean, I love all of these movies that we're talking about here. So it's really difficult. And there is a world, because especially because it's my favorite attraction, there is a world where Tower of Terror is higher on this list for me personally. But if we are looking at this list and we're looking at Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion, we have 2 Pirates movies,
the official title,
and Tower of Terror, which is a TV movie with
Ugh.
Kristen Dunst and
Steve Guttenberg.
My man, Steve Guttenberg. I love him.
But filmed at the attraction.
You know what? Maybe we do have to take that into accountability, because we are talking about based on the attractions itself. And I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm flexible here. Mikyla, what do you think?
Okay. I have the final vote because
Yes.
I
Okay.
am known to 750,000 people as Rod Serling's self-acclaimed Black ladies. Okay. And I want to clear something up just 1 second. Okay. Those of you who keep yelling at me saying it's self-proclaimed, it's not self-acclaimed. Let's clear something up really quickly. I am saying self-acclaimed because I am claiming that I am amazing.
That's right.
You are.
I'm not saying
You are.
that I am his niece. Obviously, I'm not. Anyway, we're going to move on. I am saying that we're going to put Twilight Zone at number 4.
Okay.
And I'm saying we're going to put her at number 4 because at the end of the day, this movie is not better than everybody else. Or sorry, this series is not better than everybody else. Twilight Zone as a franchise, as a series, is better than everything on this list. But if we're talking about this specific thing, everything else that is listed, it's just not better than. And I can't connect the Twilight Zone with this and be selfish and say, well, because it's the Twilight Zone, it needs to be higher. I have to be for real. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm always going to live on the practical side. And I think, honestly, I cannot put this over Pirates. I have to say, for production value, for story, for honestly just nostalgia, it can't go any higher than 4 for me.
I mean, to be fair, the Twilight Zone is contractually not part of the made for TV movie. Like, it's they didn't secure the rights to use the Twilight Zone portion of it for the 1997 film. So I think that is wise to separate it.
Correct.
But I just, if we're using that logic, I cannot, because I agree with what you said. Like, yes, objectively, I think it's a little odd to say that Tower of Terror is a better movie than some of these other ones, just because we might enjoy it for its sort of campy, because the true camp is unintentional, and this movie is unintentionally hilarious. So
exactly,
we enjoy it, but does that mean it's a better film? So, but on that logic, then I am kind of like, why is it not 5 in Haunted Mansion 2023 number 4 then?
I actually think, now that I'm looking at it from this, like, if we are looking at this, like, what is the best based off of the ride, right? Is that what we're, because like,
I think it's just best movie. We can interpret it anyway, yeah.
Right, and that's the thing, because if we are determining it as what is the best based off an attraction, like, Tower of Terror might be like one of the top, you know what I mean? It could be there.
Yeah.
But and then that would mean really Pirates of the Caribbean, everything after the first one isn't really based off of the ride. So maybe we have to redo this ranking.
No, well, I think we have good things to think about. These are just the things that we have to sort of sift through. And I think that's a really great point, because that my initial suggestion, honestly, when I was making this, was going to be, we just use Pirates of the Caribbean as a franchise, and we don't treat them as individual films, and we just treat it as one thing.
Oh, why didn't you say that before?
Because I thought that maybe I had a feeling that, like, I know a lot of people really like the sequel, so I do think it's fair to judge them individually, and I think we did the right thing.
I think it's
ultimately.
more fun to judge them individually.
Yes.
I think we did the right thing.
Now that I'm looking at it as the criteria of what is the best film adaptation of a ride, is that, because this is the thing we have to decide, is that the list? Because if that's the list, then none of the sequels would be on there for me, and I would boost up Jungle Cruise.
I don't think we have to do it like a hard and fast thing. I think that this important discussion is how we get there. And I think that it doesn't have to be just one thing. So I think that us collaborating on this list, I think we did the right thing so far. Okay. I see that it just proves how much of an interesting and conversation, thought-provoking thing this is, because we are already getting into the nitty-gritty of this. But I think the only thing that I would argue for here, though, is I do think if we're talking about everything under the umbrella, we don't have to judge this on one criteria. The same as like Demi, when we were doing the character dinings, like we were using different criteria, and some were getting more points for the other. Right. I do think Tower of Terror gets great points for being an adaptation, a faithful adaptation of the ride's lore and story.
Absolutely.
However, quality of the actual film itself. But I do think, though, Haunted Mansion 2023 does both things in it's like, do you take one that does both things in a more middling to upper category, or take one that does what really well and then the other one bad?
No, and let me tell you why. Because Haunted Mansion 2023 is a little sister. She's a second remake. Yeah. That's why she doesn't get to be up there. Girl, you barely made this list.
Yeah, and
we have to keep it at 5.
I agree. I mean, if we are going based off of adaptation from ride, I would be fine reconfiguring the list where we don't put any of the sequels of Pirates on here, and we figure out where the first Pirates goes.
No, we should, because I think that we already, I think that
if I'm honest with you, like I love this movie. But
Mhm.
I think that like Tower of Terror is just so good in the sense of it really feels like the attraction. And I would actually be okay with having Dead Man's Chest lower than it. And I know that sounds crazy. I don't know. It's again, like this is the thing. Like,
But no, I think that's putting too much stock into just being because
Adaptation.
because we can't judge it. That's what I'm saying. We have to put it all under the umbrella. We can't just say that just because this one does this one particular thing better, that means it catapults up the list. We have to evaluate it in its totality. And I
Correct.
think that Tower of
Okay.
Terror, while I don't agree that Haunted Mansion 2023 is worse as a film, I do think that the quality overall of the actual filmmaking behind Tower of Terror in 1997 is so far inferior to something like Dead Man's Chest. While I don't enjoy Dead Man's Chest as much as I enjoy Tower of Terror, it is objectively a worse movie than Dead Man's Chest.
right,
So,
but you're also talking about a made-for-TV movie versus a theatrical release.
right.
And honestly,
In
it's the same thing.
1997.
In 1997.
And honestly, like to your point where like, 1997 made-for-TV movie over was there even a theatrical release for Haunted Mansion or was it direct to Disney Plus?
No, there was a theatrical
It was
release.
theatrical because I went and saw the movie.
I didn't
in
remember.
theater.
So,
Mhm.
I mean, again, like, so you have to obviously anything made for TV movie is not going to be as good as a theatrical release in most cases. So do you judge that based off of that or just by like the criteria of itself?
No, I think that's getting too in the weeds of
Okay.
it. Like it's just you just kind of got to go with
All right,
your
so
reaction
then
to the film.
Let's put it at number 4.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
think it's I think if you've never seen it, it's not on Disney Plus, which is a crime.
It's
I
crazy.
think it's on YouTube, actually.
It
Somebody
is.
uploaded
It
it for
is.
free. Please go watch it. It's poor quality, but oh my goodness, it will just warm your heart and tickle
Yeah.
your soul. And if you are a fan of this attraction like I am, it is my favorite attraction. You will just absolutely... Well, it'll be added to your Halloween rotation.
And it's also
Y'all want
that.
to know what's funny?
Yes.
I've never been on Tower of Terror. I am a Rod Serling stan.
I know.
I've never been on Tower of Terror.
Okay.
But you can just go through the queue if you want.
I know. And
But
I
are
may
you
do
scared?
that.
Are you scared?
Yeah, I don't like those kind of rides.
Well,
And it's so funny because I'm not a drop tower person at all, and
hate a
yet
drop
yet
tower.
it's my favorite
I
ride.
hate a drop tower.
I
The things
hate
that
a
are
drop tower.
only said on a theme park nerd podcast hate a drop tower.
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting about Tower of Terror, though, is the thing that makes it sound more thrilling is actually the thing that I think makes it not as scary as a straight up and down giant drop tower with one single drop. Because when you're moving
Yeah.
faster than gravity down, that might make it sound like it's scarier, but the feeling that you get in your stomach is actually not as intense as a regular drop because the drops are
Right.
shorter.
They're short.
So
Mhm.
it just kind of feels like I don't know if you go over a speed bump really fast in your car, or I would say actually I kind of get
Like a
this-
bunny hill.
Yeah, like an airtime hill on a coaster or something.
Okay.
It's
Yes.
I think
And
you
that's
could do
why
it,
I like
Mikyla.
it.
Okay.
We're all gonna go on it and we're gonna shout at the very top. Tower of Terror is the number 4 best Disney film based
Well,
on an attraction.
We need to get you on it to do the glam bot.
Yes,
I know. Trust me. The Star Wars team was like, Mikyla, you gotta go on Tower. I was like, no, y'all can kill me. Like, if Lucasfilms can't bully me to get on it, I don't know who can.
Well, we're not going to
So-
bully you to get on it. We're going to politely suggest that you would look fabulous doing the glam bot.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Yes,
I will.
I'll do it with you, and you'll want to do it then.
the great
Okay.
Kirsten Dunst requires it. Mikyla, are you going to say no to Kirsten Dunst?
Steve Guttenberg.
I can never say no to my favorite Toro.
Yeah,
I can never say no to her.
Okay, so Kirsten Dunst, we thank you for getting Mikyla on Tower of
We
Terror.
appreciate
Okay,
you, Kirsten.
Thanks, Captain.
well, we appreciate you. All right, so number 5, Haunted Mansion 2023. Number 4, Tower of Terror 1997. Number 3, then, obviously, I think, is going to be Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're in the top 2. We are in the top 2. I think we're all going to have the same number 1. I really do.
Can I say this as we are
Yes.
about to approach these two
You
movies?
sure can.
Because I love them both very much. And
Yeah.
here's the deal. I don't know how much you guys were watching Disney Channel in the year 2003 when The Haunted Mansion came out.
Hardcore.
But do you guys remember Ha Ha Haunted Halloween?
No.
Okay. So you guys, for the powers of VHS tapes, there was one night where I recorded. My mom put a blank tape in so that we could record Halloween Town 1 and 2 because they were showing it, and it was during Ha Ha Haunted Halloween, which was a promotional thing going on during the release of Haunted Mansion, and so it had all the two kids from the movie did a bunch of little like scenes during like commercial times because Disney Channel doesn't have like normal commercials, so they and they had little things. They had they showed how to make like you put your head through a table for like they opened for the candy and your head was there. And I actually have it on tape because it taped through the commercials as well. And it's so good. And it was such an incredible promotion for the movie that to me, it's so weird how like something like that, where it literally is like Disney just trying to promote their movie, how it worked on my child brain.
It embeds itself into your brain. Yeah.
It to me, that is a part of that movie. And I know because there are like the movie didn't, I think, get the best reviews. And there are some moments of the movie that I think are a little strange, especially it's like, what is the audience here? And, it isn't the most maybe faithful adaptation of the attraction while there's things that are a part of it. I mean, the beginning is incredibly dark. I think that I think
it is too.
all of it. I think of this movie as like a comedy because it's Eddie Murphy, and while he is funny in this movie, and the kids actually are pretty funny too, there are some funny moments like with the dead people and the vault and the crypt in the crypt. I think that it really actually is kind of a terrifying movie. And I think, and hear me out, while I love this movie and I think it does a really interesting job of portraying the Haunted Mansion, and Eddie Murphy is obviously just the most wonderful performer possible, I just don't see it pushing past Pirates of the Caribbean.
Same.
That's interesting.
Really?
I disagree.
You disagree?
Pirates was my number 2.
Really?
Yes, I put Pirates at number 2, the first one specifically. And I think I put it at number 2 for a couple of reasons. And I'm going to separate it from the ride completely because I think we've decided that that's kind of like how we're going to lean with this.
Sure.
I think when it comes to being able to sit down and introducing an entire family to a concept, you cannot do that with Pirates of the Caribbean. There are certain things that kids may not necessarily understand. There are certain things elders would be like, what is he talking about? It's only going to hit certain people, certain demographics, certain genres, right? I think it misses more than it hits, and that's why I have to put it at 2. I put Haunted Mansion above it because you can sit anyone down and watch that movie and everybody gets it. Everybody understands what this family is going through, why it's funny. The acting is great. The set is amazing. For it to be like, like in 2003, you're like, this is amazing. They did so many practical elements that when we start to get into movie and filmmaking, when you can use some practical effects is when I start to respect you even more.
Same.
Because
same.
That is expensive. Also, the undertone of Haunted Mansion is deep. The undertone of Haunted Mansion is actually about a family who is ignoring each other. They are completely ignoring the struggles that the other had. The kids don't care about what the parents have going on. One parent is working harder than the other parent, but is also trying to take care of the kids. And they go to this mansion and they are met with a butler who is looking at them and is like, I killed somebody that looks just like you.
Yeah.
Because I did not want him to be with my master, and I'm going to ruin your day. And I think that is the undertone of what they were struggling with, the undertone of me as a, however old I was, 14, 15, I forgot, finding out that this was actually about interracial marriage in New Orleans. I was like,
that is so true.
Disney is talking about this. Like, he found out, like, my master killed the woman I love because she was black. Like, that to me that had nothing to do with the Haunted Mansion ride. And that is what made it stand out to me. We're talking about real life problems in families, and anybody can sit down and understand that. Pirates serves a certain demographic. It's gorgeous. It's so well done. Jack's performance is amazing. But if we're talking about ranking them based on the full picture, I cannot put Pirates at the top.
That's a really powerful point, and it's something that I think often does not get talked about a lot when talking about this movie. I think a lot of people speak about it now as if it is the thing that stands out about it. When people are bringing it back into the conversation now is that, it's this overlooked kind of campy masterpiece that we all millennials sort of grew up with and really didn't think too much of back then. But as it started airing every Halloween on Disney Channel, as we grew up with it, it's become an affectionate sort of like nudge, nudge. Oh, remember the Haunted Mansion 2003? Like, I'll sit there and watch it on Halloween kind of thing. And I think that diminishing the movie to it's not that bad, and it's actually, it's a memory from my childhood, does diminish, I think, the more powerful things that the movie does deal with. My only issue is that I do think the movie itself does suffer from, number one, when the visual effects are bad in that movie, they're really bad in that movie. They're really bad. But when
Pirates, and I just watched it, those visual effects looks like they could have been made today.
And these were the same year, if I'm not mistaken.
2003. Both they're only a few months apart. I think they were one was July and one was November. But I think people forget about that too. Is that 2003 was like a great year for Disney fans at Disney Parks fans at the movies, because we had Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean in one year. That is insane. But I do also think, though, that the writing, I think the message and the thematics of it, like, yes, we can sit here and appreciate what that means, but I do think the writing of the movie itself is not up to the same level that Pirates is. I don't think the movie is as well written, and I don't think it's as well directed, because the direct, I mean, there are some really bonkers choices that were made in the 2003 Haunted Mansion. It's almost like the tone, while it does come off as campy, and millennials can appreciate it for holding a spot in our lives when we were, growing up in our formative years, you kind of watch it as an adult and you are like, like this, there's some things here where I would have made some different directorial choices. But
the tone, that's the biggest problem for me. And because
it's confused.
That's the thing. It does not know where the tone is constantly shifting.
Yep.
And I think that, like, I think the messaging that I want to hear from it that you were bringing up is lost in the sauce.
I agree.
I think it gets lost in the silly comedy jokes of it all. With and it goes on the back burner of, if we were going to bring up that, if they don't bring up once when he's like talking to her about like his love, that it was like
she was black,
that she was that was not, I had no idea as a kid that was the reason, because it was just like, that was the girl that he liked, because how am I supposed to know in New Orleans back then that was a thing that wouldn't happen, right? So I think that if that was the message
as a child, yes,
as a child, because because especially as a person who lives in New York, like I've seen every different peoples together, right? So it just, that didn't click to me. If that was made to a point of like the reason, and if like the butler himself, like, to me, the butler just seemed like a selfish guy who didn't want him to be with him. If there was more written about like, here is the why, and like, here is his like racist intent behind it, I think, for sure. But I think that really gets lost, and that makes me so sad because I think there's so much potential to have shown that this was so much more than just like this butler was just being a loser.
You know what's interesting to me? I think it's interesting that you guys did not see it you didn't catch that in the movie. He was blatantly racist when they arrived.
That. Yes.
So
no.
So as a child, I can see that now as an adult. As a child, I just thought he didn't want people in his house.
As a child, I was like, this man doesn't want y'all in. He don't want y'all in his house.
Right. Well, it's part of my New York bubble of things where like let me tell you, as the New York
so
bubble,
funny to me.
The New York bubble, like I did not catch that because to me it wouldn't have just like it could have just been any family that he would be just rude to. So for sure. And this is the problem, like lean into it more, make it more of the problem. I think that there is a lot of the tone shifts a lot. I think there's so much potential there. I think it still is a good movie, something I rewatch every year during Halloween season. Again, I have so much love for the haunted Halloween part of it all. And that's the other thing too, because actually if you're promoting this to children and you're doing this haunted Halloween, come see Eddie Murphy, your favorite funny man, doing Haunted Mansion. Like if that's how you're promoting it and then you go in and you actually watch this and, as a kid, you're not really picking up on those dark things. Like, I didn't realize as a kid that, like, he hung himself in the beginning. Hanged himself? Sorry, it's the correct word. Hanged himself in the beginning.
I think it's hanged. I think it's hanged.
But then, like, rewatching it, like, as an adult, I'm just, like, sitting there like, oh, my God, what am I watching?
But I think that and the reason why this brings it back around to why I do think 2023 Haunted Mansion is a better film is because if we look at... But Mikyla, I think with what you're saying about why, the film, I do think you look at who wrote and directed the 2003 film.
Love Justin.
The 2003 film. 2003. It was two white men. And in 2023, you have Justin Simien directing a movie where he does lean into the opening scene is literally a very culturally based New Orleans style procession. And he is very aware of the cultural dialogue that is going on in the background of that movie. And I think that made the movie feel richer, I think, in 2023. Whereas the 2003 one, it's like, you cast an all-black family as your central actors here, and Eddie Murphy, obviously icon, legend, hilarious. But, those themes, I don't think...
But then you give the daughter a blowout bang in braids.
It
sent me. It actually sent me as a kid. I was like, why is her hair like that? Who did this?
There you go.
Okay, okay.
But I think that it's just to Demi's point, I think that it is not as... I don't think that necessarily they were writing it as... to bring those things out as much as they probably should have, given
I don't think so. I think 2003 was also a different time.
Yes.
I was just going to say that. I think maybe if we took the concept now, film would look very different.
Very different.
And I think that what they did, and you can tell, like, because this was like from, like a lot of movies did this, where like they would kind of hint at things, but they were clearly trying to still market this movie as a family movie, and that's why the tone is kind of all over the place for me.
Yeah,
so too.
But what's so interesting though is because Pirates also is technically a family movie. It's
PG-13 though.
Oh, it is PG-13. I mean, so never mind. So it's not a family movie. I mean, I watched it as a kid, and it was. I literally just watched it right before we were recording, and I'm gonna watch all of them because I love them. I think that something like that, it looks so good still to this day. So you have this serious, adventurous movie with the levity of Jack Sparrow and the heart of the movie as well. And I think that it just has a really great tone. I think it looks incredible. I think that it's one of those movies that you can return to over and over again, and you'll see something new, and you'll see. And like this time I watched around, like I saw more of the actual ride influence itself in the Tortuga scene, and I was, and I was like, oh wow, I never caught that before. I think it really just is a spectacular movie, and like on its own, even without like the franchise of it all, and it doesn't take away the wonderful parts of Haunted Mansion. I just can't see in a world that not being the number one movie, and I know it came out the same year, but I do think that Pirates is the reason why anything else got made.
Yeah, I agree with that. They were in production at the same time, but I do agree with that. Yeah. I'm really having a hard time putting that in.
Me
one.
too.
I understand what y'all are saying.
Oh, I thought you just meant in general. Mikyla, like obviously the importance of what you're talking about is obviously I think a weightier and more important culture thing to put into a pop culture thing, but I just think that Pirates is a better overall film. It's firing, like Demi was saying, it's firing on all cylinders. Aesthetically, outside of what Demi just said, I think that the thing that stands out to me is that this movie doesn't fumble or get lost in trying to translate a pre-existing story to it doesn't pander to people who want something to replicate what they already know, which is the story from the ride. It completely just takes aesthetic inspiration, the soulful inspiration from the soul of Pirates of the Caribbean, and charts an entirely new, really well-written, really compelling story that is just pure, big, blockbuster entertainment. And I do think that it's a symbol of the maximalism of like the early 2000s box office wars. Like it really is a shining example of a giant studio movie that is made so well. It is a swashbuckling, great performance by Johnny Depp, Academy Award nominated performance by Johnny Depp in this movie, regardless of his problems.
It's influenced things moving forward, and I think we just can't ignore that, even though the thematic, the themes of Haunted Mansion are definitely more important. They just didn't. It just didn't reach.
They weren't written as well into the movie. I think they weren't written into the film as well as they should have been. I will
say, I think a lot of my list and the reason that I put it at 1 is because of the cultural significance to my life. Yeah. My family is from Louisiana. Right. My father's side of the family is from Memphis. So I saw that, and as a kid, I was like, wow. Yeah. Okay. Like it was like one of the first time I saw horror or scary things in Black together.
Yeah.
And so I think that is a part of it. I will 100% agree that when we're talking about production, when we're talking about something that is going to be played for centuries, Pirates is 100%. It's number 1. I think the only reason it's one on my list, it's not one on my list, is because it is not a story that to me that translates to everyone. So that's the only, and I get what you're saying, Demi, where you're like, well, he's a good person, and all these, the things around it, the cultural things around it. I'm just like,
I mean, there's really no cultural, it's not a cultural thing. It's an adventure movie. I mean, the culture is piracy. I don't have any piracy. I'm certainly not English. But that's the only culture is piracy and the English. I don't care about, I'm not either one of those things. I think for me, again, this is not our personal ranking, because if it was my personal ranking, I can assure you Dead Man's Chest would be higher. But I think if objectively, it's just hard to compare the movies.
I agree. Yes. I agree. Okay. So I think, Mikyla, I am so sorry. Our dear guest,
That's crazy. You thought you knew people.
Girl,
please. You thought people were allies.
Oh my God. I'm screaming. Oh, this is so funny.
I pour out my heart, and y'all are like, yeah, no, the pirates are better than that.
On that note, our number one film is Haunted Mansion from 2003.
I'm kidding, y'all.
Okay, so our official, let's recap.
That is so funny.
Our top 5 list. Demi's literally crying, laughing. This is so funny. So yes, we have our
I'm
official,
putting you on Tower of Terror for this.
Yes, Mikyla, you're going on Tower of Terror. So
How dare you?
We are officially ready to count down our list.
Yes.
So after all of the eliminated titles in the smackdown of the century, our top 5 official Park Peeps top 5 list of movies that are based on Disney Parks attractions. Number 5, 2023's Haunted Mansion, which I will do it, but I do not endorse it because it should be higher. Now, number 4, Tower of Terror from 1997. Number 3, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, which shouldn't even be on this top 5. Number 2, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl from 2003. And then number 1, Eddie, as Mikyla said earlier in this pod, as she referred to it, Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion from 2003. Yay, our list. We're allies again.
No, we're gonna be fair. We are gonna put Pirates of the Caribbean at number 1.
I don't want to anymore.
I'm like, are we allowed to?
No, because if we are being real, when we're talking about production, we have to be real about production. And
but that's what we were saying.
Demi, let Mikyla talk.
I know. At the end of the day, the list this is a democracy. We voted. I was outvoted. Y'all said number 1 was Pirates, and you gave a really good list. I gave my personal list, and you guys agreed with some things, you disagreed with some things. Sometimes that's how it happens. I'm all right with that. So, Haunted Mansion is number 2, 2003.
Yay!
And Pirates of the Caribbean is number 1. I'm totally fine. Y'all are still allies a little bit.
I think we just needed to hear you say that part, because me and Demi are both sitting here.
Y'all are still allies.
We're literally sitting here sweating
God.
oh my God.
But the next time you watch it, the next time you watch Haunted Mansion, I want you to pay
Donate.
attention. No! Oh my God, please. Pay attention to that first she's ridiculous.
I love you so much.
I want you to pay attention to the first sequence, because that woman that they showed, that
I know,
was black. Her hair had the texture, her skin. I was
I know that she is, but in my New York bubble brain as a child, it was just okay. She's that, like, it didn't matter.
Honey, I saw that at 14. I said, why are they killing black people at this party? What is going on down here? And then the man I said, oh, girl, something is happening. I was locked in.
Demi saying the next time we watch this, we have to donate.
I could not believe that, baby.
I just want to improve my allyship. I don't want it taken away. Y'all are sick. Fine. Talking about, never mind, we're going to go ahead and put it at number 1. We're not sick.
That was so good.
If the last phrase before the ranking is y'all are not allies anymore, I'm like, okay, I guess Haunted Mansion's number 1. Okay.
No, this was so much fun.
Oh, it was so much fun. I cannot thank you enough for being here, Mikyla. This was so much fun. And honestly, like, the list is it's just a fun thing to do. It's not, this is not an official list.
Yeah.
This is just, we're an excuse to talk about these things, and you voicing those things about Haunted Mansion 2003, I think will make people see it in a different light.
Yeah, I really do.
That maybe didn't see it that way before. So thank you for saying that. Thank you for being here. And dear listeners, do you agree with our ranking? Comment with your ranking on movies based on park attractions and tell us how you feel about ours. Again, thank you so much, Mikyla. Make That Magic, for joining us on this episode. As we mentioned before, everyone, please follow all of their content online.
Yes, thank you for being here. I love you. And
thank you, guys. This was such a fun time. I really appreciate you guys inviting me here. I appreciate you platforming Black women. I appreciate you having me and allowing me to be myself and laughing with me, because I I don't know how to be anything else but me. So thank you so much. I listen to your podcast. I sometimes don't agree with the things that y'all say about me. So I need to be back when we're talking about rides.
All right.
Y'all need to bring me on back so that we can talk about some rides. Because I
Fine.
have thoughts and feelings.
Listen,
But
before the end of the
this is
year.
amazing.
Before the end of the year, we're going to have another, we'll do something else with rides.
Yeah,
and
I love it.
yes, I just think, you have such a vast pop culture knowledge that we were like, okay, movies, of course, we need to ask Mikyla this time. So,
But thank you so much again. We love you. You're the best. And I only ever want you to be you always.
Yes.
And I will get you on Tower of Terror at some point.
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do it.
And make sure you all are following us online at Park Peeps Pod, at Joey Nolfi, and at Magical Hijinx. That's Hijinx everywhere, especially YouTube for the Magical Hijinx channel. But until next time, because we do this every week. Stay tuned for an all new episode then. Have a bye, everybody.
Bye.